What's going on, everyone? I'd like to just go through the differences between a stock 4E-FTE rod and an aftermarket forged rod, which you can see is a bit more beefier and has ARP stud bolts or head bolts versus a factory sort of bolt system, as you can see. I would have liked to have removed this connecting rod from this piston, but this is a free-floating press fit pin, and I don't have the facilities to remove that, and I don't fancy breaking these pistons because I think they're in quite good condition. I still got to clean them down a bit, but yeah. So these are the max speeding rod connecting rods. Let's just see if we can get a rough idea of sizes. So we've tried that. You can kind of see they're a bit beefier, especially around the rod area and rod thickness. One thing that I'm going to have to check down the line with my build is I might have to do some work on the block, because sometimes, because this is so thick, it actually might protrude. Like if you imagine this is the cylinder, because it's big and protrusive, we might actually have to machine a bit off of the cylinder, if that makes any sense. So yeah, also what I'll do for you guys is let's just, for argument's sake, just hit this and just check out what the weight is on these bad boys. So yeah, let's test what sort of weights we're looking at with these guys. So we've got 411.9 grams, and you'll see that that'll stack up actually quite all right with other main competitors. I'll quickly show you what I'm talking about. The powder rods have a mass of 416 grams. Then their main competitor as well, Scat connecting rods, they have got a mass of around about the 484 grams mark. So the max speeding rods are quite light. Another comment I'd like to make about these max speeding rod connecting rods is, even though they're like really buff and seemingly very high quality, price point of view, they've come up a hell of a long way. When I first started to decide on the build, we were looking at about £180 excluding VAT for a set, and that was very reasonable. I was like, wow, that's brilliant. But now if I go onto their website, they're charging £360 per set. As you know, like Scat, or there's other ones from Sweden which escape me right now. They cost like around about the 400 mark for Scat, and the Swedish ones, they cost around about £430. So, you know, if I had to buy these all over again, for the price point, I'd rather buy Scat or the Swedish ones, because they're going to be probably more balanced. So that's kind of the criticism I've got of these rods. When it comes to the actual balancing of these connecting rods, it's going to be worth my while buying a more premium set, and then comparing the balance of these versus of those versus these. And yeah, because I mean, I know the manly connecting rods, they come out of the box and they weighed not only to the nearest gram, but like to the nearest tenth of a gram. And they're also balanced out of the box to the nearest tenth of a gram. It's uncanny. You literally can, I mean, obviously you check them before you do your install, but you could literally take them right out of the box and just install them. So that's the experience I know with Manleys. I don't think Manley do 4E-FTE. But there's a couple of manufacturers. Yeah, so you can definitely get a feel for these being a lot more robust, as you can see. But from what the data shows, you know, I was able to weigh these the other day. But what the data shows is that if I take the OEM pistons and rods and I weigh them, I will generally, so we've got 677 grams, 677.6, and that's minus the rings. I would get about 625 grams for forged pistons and connecting rods if I went the forged route, which I'm going to be going. Just for illustrative purposes, these are, again, as you know, they're the stock 4E-FTE, and they will be probably for a future project. So like I'm thinking of getting my wife a little Toyota Starlet. God bless her, she's from the Ukraine, by the way. In the situation over there is pretty rough, so yeah, keep your prayers out for the Russians and the Ukrainians, and that the war can end. But yeah, these will actually go into her Starlet. We're gonna just buy, like, I was thinking of like buying down the line, like buying up just a standard 1.3 and then just boosting it, like, you know, maybe just getting a few little bits for it. So it'll be a cool little first car. Yeah, so basically for these stock 4E-FTE pistons, my sort of magic mix of what I would be looking at doing for a Starlet build would be to install these new piston rings in. The brand is TRP Japan. There was another brand from America for like £5 more, and they were good as well. They used them in boosted builds, but I've got no doubt that these are going to be of, if not the same, but probably better quality. Yeah, so what I'm going to do with that Starlet is probably keep these stock pistons, but I'm going to buy a 0.5 millimeter head gasket so I can bump up the compression to 9:1, so that therefore you're going to have more response versus you know, lagginess, etc. It's just going to be a more responsive turbo. I find like the higher the compression ratio, the more you're going to come on to boost. So yeah, but peace out guys, we'll catch up real soon. Keep an eye out on YouTube or Instagram, because I'm going to be doing a nice loud exhaust update soon.